Sparksmith, helping you see and be seen. Today I've got something that I'm pretty excited about. New headlights from AlphaRex. And first time I've seen these, I've been waiting on them for a while. I ordered these back in like November, I think. But something that the market has not produced much of yet, and that is headlights for Cat-Eye Silverados. So let's take these guys out and see what they look like. As you'd expect from AlphaRex, packaging is really nice. I've dealt with AlphaRex before, and if you're familiar with the brand, they do turn out a very nice product. So we had some people asking if we were going to have, Sparksmith brand LED headlights, and like, I don't know, man. There's companies like AlphaRex out there that already do it really, really well, and they've got the deep pockets to spend $100,000 to develop something like this. And I really like these. I don't love the amber, but that's a personal preference. I know some other people out there may or may not feel the same way. I much prefer a clear lens. That's something that the easy answer would be a piece of black vinyl on the outside. The hard answer would be to completely void the warranty and open them up and paint it black. But you can see it's got this nice gloss piano black finish to it. Got a triple projector setup. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's 2 of them for low beam, and then the third one kicks on for high beam. But we can plug them in here in a second, just see if I can get my cord. So it looks like low beam, and then high beam is, oh, okay, so all three. Oh, wow, that's nice. Here, I'll put it up on the wall right here. So that's obviously your low beam, and then your high beam is just a shutter that allows more light out up top. I really like that pattern. That's nice. What else do we have here? Read the instructions or anything? I'm just kind of playing around with stuff. I suppose I could actually read the instructions on it. Let's see. But appears to be a mostly plug and play setup where parking light is going to be able to fit your factory sockets are going to plug here and here and here. Looks like these guys will just plug right in, and there's some sort of option here to connect or disconnect this. If it's like the others I've seen, this will be like a maybe sequential versus non-sequential for the turn signal. We'll play around with it and see. And it looks like this goes to this guy. I'm betting that is what powers the running light portion of this. That's cool. So this appears to be the parking lamp or running light, maybe both. But it does this wicked startup sequence. I like that a lot. That's cool. So it does a sequential turn. Very cool. I'm gonna plug this little JST in and see. Aha. Maybe aha. I don't know. It's interesting. That's cool. These things have some features I wasn't even expecting. But again, AlphaRex, super high quality product, excellent output. You've got options for how you want them to work, and definitely going to be installing these on my truck, and we'll give them a run around on the road and do some test driving and just kind of see how they perform over time. We're going to take out our projector headlights that we have on the site, and I'm going to put these AlphaRex in here and run those for a while and give you guys some feedback on what they're like. So I'm going to take out these projector headlights and put in the AlphaRex ones. The problem I'm having is I've had this truck apart so many times and I've done so much to the lighting on the front of it. I've had to like bolt this wing on because that's broken. It's broken on the other side. The wiring in it has been fiddled with time and time again, so it's one of those things like, if you ever hear the phrase, the shoemaker's children have no shoes, the headlight guy's truck has really crappy wiring, but it works. So let's see if we can make the AlphaRex lights work in here. So one thing, sometimes these the lower housings are prone to breaking, and we made another video about it not too long ago, but like if yours breaks right there, you can go to your local hardware store and get a piece of this aluminum channel. It was designed to use to like edge plywood and stuff, but cut a piece of that off and use some of these self-drilling screws. So if this part breaks off, you can still just screw it right into there, and that'll hold this lower housing in place. So wiring's pretty straightforward on these, thankfully. There is this harness that does not appear to plug into anything, so I'll have to get up with AlphaRex and ask them like, hey, what is this for? Everything else just kind of plugs right up. One interesting thing I found, I don't know how I feel about this, but there's a JST in the back of the parking light assembly. There's these two little gray wires, and if you plug them together, the running light is amber, but only on the bottom one. If you unplug it, it turns white, so it matches the headlight, which I like that look much better. I think it makes it look correct, but just kind of an odd thing. I wonder if I'm missing something or what's going on with that, but otherwise, very pleased with these headlights. The output from them is phenomenal. They are admittedly a little pricey. The price point for these is around $9.85 for a pair, compared to our projector headlights that are around $500 a pair. So twice the price, but I dare say it's twice the light. These things are incredible. So they also have this cool start animation, and of course the sequential turn. We've got them all installed. Wow, there's a lot happening there. Those hood strips are just over the top. Now, one thing I will say on these, the camera doesn't quite pick it up, but the white on there doesn't match that or that. At least the grill bar and the hood strips are pretty close, but the AlphaRex stuff is like this kind of off-white color. It's hard to see. which is unfortunate because everything about them otherwise is so good. But unfortunately, in this industry, that kind of happens sometimes, where the white is really hard to make it match. In fact, it's a very difficult color to make it match. There you go. Wow. It's fantastic output on these things. Very cool. Oh yes, and the turn signal. It's a lot of sequencing happening there between the mirrors and the grill bars and the headlights, but they're all in sync, which is really nice. And the amber does seem to match up on them. So the white might not match perfectly, but the amber sure does. That's cool.